All right, it's time to illuminate. All right, illuminate means to shed light. So when people say, "Oh, the Illuminati," okay, that's just a certain small group that has the power, like a small group of people that has the power that controls media, everything that's surrounding, because everybody pretty much has a TV, a phone, and all of that. So, but illumination. All right, what we're gonna do is that means to shed light, have information. Okay, you walk inside of a room, you turn the light on when it's dark so you can see. I'm going to shed light on the situation. Oh, now the light bulb just went off, so I just illuminated you. Now you have information for yourself. Okay, all right. So people say, "Oh, you Illuminati," I'm like, "Thank you. I'm going to just give you some information. I got something for you." All right, here we go. Bang, all in the 48 seconds. How did you do it? Okay. Wow, every student. Oh, before I start again, I always make sure I show you the book so you can go get the book yourself. I can't just be a narrator all the time. The Gates of the Necronomicon by Simon. Okay? All right. While every student of astrology knows that when the sun enters the first degree of Aries, the zodiacal year begins, i.e. the vernal equinox. Okay? Aries, or the first, I always used to be like, recently, I heard from Bobby Hemming like a while back. I'm like, man, everything is living or is born again, rebirth in the springtime. Why do we always celebrate the new year when everything is still dead? We're backwards. I'm gonna show you why, and I can prove that shit too. Watch. Okay, what is not so well understood is that the sun has not actually entered the first degree of Aries on March 21st. Oh, vernal equinox. Okay, vernal equinox, right? You got solstices and you have equinoxes, right? Be like, how does this guy have this? Gems of the Equinox. Instructions by Aleister Crowley, the wickedest man in the world. Ooh. Alright. Get your hand. He like, how do you get your hands on this? I'll just tell you this. The ancestors gave it to me. It's all I'm gonna say. Alright? Get your hands on it, man. If you can, it's a powerful piece. Alright. Oh, get back to where I was at. That's why you leave notations. Alright. What is not so well understood is that the sun has not actually entered the first degree of Aries on March 21st for thousands of years, for reasons it would be too technical to go into here. Oh, but I'm going to go into it for y'all, all right? I'm going to keep it popping for the most poppinest people ever in the world, or in this dimension that's even higher than that. We're just on this low dimension. So we're going to just rise up together, all right? Okay. Stay with me now, okay? It's going to get a little technical. Okay? Like I said, it's too technical, but ain't nothing too technical for some people that built pyramids with our minds. We never had to touch anything. Remember that. Okay. We never touched anything. We never had slaves either. We built it. Just remember, we built it with our minds. We built the pyramids, everything with our minds. Okay. I'm going to get back to it. Let me see. Okay, Aries on March 21st for thousands of years. For reasons it would be too technical to go into here. The wobble of the Earth on its axis means that the celestial poles shift around a giant circle in the sky, approximately once every 26,000 years in India. Okay, India, Vedic. They have Dravidian people. Look up Dravidian, Dravidian, and put in Hindu, or you just put in Dravidian inside your Google search, and you'll see there's melanated so-called black people that's in India. Okay, I have a video in my library of videos I have on YouTube. You can look up Hindu inside of a Hindu temple, and all the deities were melanated or black. Remember that. So you'll see that in the video. While I'm walking through the temple, you'll see all the deities are black, just because they actually worship in you. Okay, now look. Now it gets deep. Trust me, only 5 minutes in. We got time, man. I'm gonna make time for this one. Wait, watch this. In India, as other places where sidereal astrology, I did not know what that meant. I'm like, whoa. If it's something I don't know what it means, I go to Google and I go figure it out and I make it make sense to me. All right. So I put a line under it, right? Sidereal. I said, whoa. Is practice. Care is taken to ensure that the astrological charts are drawn to the actual positions of the sun, moon, and planets in the heavens as opposed to the traditional. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let me go back. I went back, sidereal, right? That what it said, sidereal astrology? Okay, that's what we're going to do. Boom. Okay, I don't have the access, as they say, the accessibility to give you what you want at this very amount of time on the computer, so you can see it. So I wrote everything down. Give you my sources. Every book I read out of, I show you the front cover, so you can, if you ever see the cover like on Amazon or whatever online, you can go get it yourself. I always say the author and the name of the book. So I'm gonna give you my source. See, source is Wikipedia. Okay, all you have to do is type in Sidereal astrology, right? Okay. Let's get into it. It involves a little bit of math, and I broke it all down. You're going to see it. You're going to understand. If you don't, just rewind it, and it'll make sense to you. Okay, there are two terms used for astrology. Sidereal, pretty much in the Eastern, but they use sidereal in the Eastern and the Western hemisphere. Okay, but it's mainly Northern and Southern hemisphere. Okay, but there's the sidereal and topical systems of ecliptic. Ecliptic means when the sun and the moon, if the moon goes in front of the sun or the sun goes in front of the moon. You know what I'm saying? If it's a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse. Okay? So, of the ecliptic coordinates used in astrology, stay with me. It gets deep. Trust me. Both divide the ecliptic, into 12 signs that are divided into 30 degrees each. 12 signs in astrology, okay, is the zodiac, okay? You stay with me. 12 signs that are divided into 30 degrees each. So, like, you think about it. All right, build with me. We making all kind of shit right now, okay? Think about it. We making pyramids. We making sarcophaguses. We making sphinxes right now. We making all kind of monuments right now. Okay, think about this. 30 degrees each for 12 zodiac or 12 months. The months are really supposed to be named after the zodiacs. Okay, it's supposed to be only 30 days in a month. Okay, making a total of 360 degrees. Okay, now this, you can find all of this up until this point in Wikipedia. So this is what I added. So you won't think like, oh, this is not in Wikipedia. He making some shit up. No, I'm letting you know where I'm coming in at and adding my assessment of what I read to make it make sense to me and to the viewer that's watching this video. All right, it should be 360 days, because 30 days in a month times 12 months in a year would be 360. Okay, it used to be 360, so now we're on a 365 year calendar. Okay, a year. So that's an extra 5 days. Okay, all right. Now think about it. Oh, mind you, I looked in the on Google. It's a leap year this year too. Oh, okay. That are named after constellations. The months are, named after constellations, itself pretty much. They're supposed to just have a different name. But while the sidereal system defines the signs relative to the apparent backwards movement of fixed stars of about 1 degree every 72 years. So we're behind. We have a system where we're behind, right? So if we're behind, that would only mean we have to be in a system that will be conducive to what? Somebody's savior or so-called God or whatnot. Now, stay with me. You can only fit a certain amount of time, like a BC AD. Remember that. Okay, that was time that subtracted, then went back up again. Okay, remember it's 2020, right? Stay with me. Okay, I'm gonna read this part again, so you're not lost. That are named after constellations, but while the sidereal system defines the signs relative to the apparent backwards movement of fixed stars to be apparent of about 1 degree every 72 years, as per our perspective from Earth, the tropical zodiac fixes the vernal point, also known as vernal equinox. Once again, get your hands on it. The gems from the equinox, instructions by Aleister Crowley. All right, this is a whole Kemetic or Egyptian theme. Okay. Okay. Where we at? I ain't lost. Trust me. We ain't gotta get them out, baby. I ain't lost. All right. The tropical zodiac fixes the vernal point, okay? Also known as vernal equinox or March equinox in the northern hemisphere. So we're supposed to be on the southern hemisphere, but we're on the northern hemisphere, right? So that will put 1 degree behind for be 72 years. Okay, stick with me. If we're supposed to be the March equinox would be what? March is spring. So always be like, why don't spring be the beginning of the year if everything is growing? So everything's supposed to begin at that point, right? Okay, boom. Okay, okay. 0 degrees of Aries, without taking the precession of equinoxes into account, and defines the rest of the zodiac from this point. So the zodiac supposed to start over at the point of March's equinox. Because of the sidereal zodiac, using a correction called Ayan Amsa, which is, once again, is from India. Okay, India. They use the sidereal astrology in the eastern hemisphere, but really is the southern hemisphere. Okay, for dealing with the sidereal. Okay, but they use it in the northern, but only just to see where the stars are. So we're off. Okay. Stick with me, all right? Stick with me. It's a little bit of a lot, but stick with me. I'm trying to keep you close to me. Because of the sidereal zodiac, using a correction called Ayan Amsa to account for the precession of equinoxes, the two systems do not remain fixed relative to each other and drift apart by about 1 degree per 72 years. That's what we was pretty much just saying up here. Okay, now it's just telling you, if you're not on the sidereal and you on the tropical system, pretty much if you're gonna be off 72 years per degree, you're off, right? I did the math. You're gonna see it. Trust me. You be like, man, this shit is crazy. The current difference stands. Okay, check me out now. Stay with me. About 23 degrees. So we're 23 degrees differential from the sidereal. We're in the tropical. Make sure I have it right for you. That we're in the tropical astrology. Now we use both, but they only do it to see where the eastern hemisphere is at, because the eastern hemisphere uses the sidereal astrology. Okay. That's, like I just showed you previously, India, right? Africa, some parts of Europe, Asia and all them or whatever, whatnot. So think about this. Now, we're about 23 degrees and 50 minutes away from the sidereal, okay? We're away from the sidereal astrology. Okay. Ayan Amsa systems are used in both Vedic mean, it's like as Hindu or India. Okay, Vedic sidereal astrology and in Western sidereal. They use both over here on the Western hemisphere, which is we use the Northern hemisphere of astrology, but in the Eastern hemisphere they use Southern hemisphere astrology. Okay, stick with me. And in Western sidereal astrology, the tropical system is thought to have been adopted during the Hellenistic period and remains prevalent in Western astrology. Now you got to think about this. Now, okay. Now I was reading this book. Like I'm gonna break this down and do a video. I did not think all it also have to occur to happen. All right. So I'm like going all through this, like going through it, and like all the pieces just start falling together. The ancestors just give it to me. Just get like I'm doing the math. And it's like, okay, you see this, you see that. I'm looking up certain things, right? Okay, boom. So if we're right now at this very moment, they say we're 23 degrees and 50 minutes behind the sidereal astrology. They use this fixation of the stars and where the solar and lunar is at to show where we're at, right? Okay, you with me, right? So we're 23 degrees behind in 50 minutes, 10 minutes short of an hour, 24-hour day. Fine, we can just throw out the 50 minutes and just keep the 23 degrees, okay? 1 degree is 72 years. So we are 23 degrees behind. Wait a minute. We're 23 degrees behind. Okay, if you took melanated people from the Eastern Hemisphere, think about it. So, all right, I'm just, in case, for use of smaller words, black people. Just say black people. Okay, you take black people. We already have black people in North America. We are the first people that were like they call Indians or Native. We're indigenous everywhere. We're indigenous everywhere. On every continent. The Ireland people everywhere. Asia, Hindu, India. We want to call it Africa, Australia. Mexico, we're everywhere. You can find people that look like and black people everywhere, right? Okay, but if you take people that are on a system in a system that's in the Eastern Hemisphere using a sidereal astrology, you can always look it up. Sidereal astrology. Now you're bringing us back. You bringing us to the Western Hemisphere, where But before you brought us. Most people to the Western Hemisphere. Now think about this. So 72 times 23. 72 times 23, right? 1 degree is 72 years. So we're behind 23 years. 72 times 23. We're 1,000 years and 656 years behind where we're supposed to be at. It's supposed to be 3,676 right now at this very moment. That's why they said it would take hold on. I'm gonna find this. See? That's why they say we're supposed to start March 21st for thousands of years, right? Enter the first degree of Aries for thousands of years. For reasons it would be too technical to go into here. I went through all the technical work right here, right? So if we're behind 23 degrees, 1 degree is 72 years, we're behind 1,656 years. So if we're in 2020 right now, we're behind 1,656 years, and they making us think it's 2020. It's 3,676. They have to put melanated people that were so far ahead in advance. So remember we was BC and they moved us up to AD, right? So they went back to 0, then it goes up to this is 2020 AD right now at this moment. So we're 1,656 years behind spiritually and physically. So fuck it, I just burped, whatever, who cares? Okay, think about it. So 1 degree, 72 years behind. 7 plus 2 is 9. We're the 9 etherical people. Look at your hair. Your hair is in a kink or a coil. 6 can be a 9. Jimi Hendrix said 6 can be a 9 on what album was that? The first album, Are You Experienced, right? A 6 can be a 9. But if you look at it like this, okay, when I multiplied everything up together and put it together, 1,656 years. Okay, 6 and 6 are already there. So you have 2 6s, 1 5, and 1 1, right? 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 6 6. So you turn the 6 upside down or the 9 up right side up, it would be 666, 1999. That's when everything changed. 2001 was actually the millennium. Okay, 2001 is when they had the 9/11. 9/11, if you look at the symbol of Lakshmi, where's my motherfucking pen at? All right. I ain't got a chalkboard or no shit like that. Let me show you how to spell Lakshmi. Ooh, these motherfuckers gonna be mad at me. Watch this. Okay, this is how you spell Lakshmi. Okay, Lakshmi. Type in Lakshmi on Google, and you'll see a symbolism. All right, it's something that looks like a goalpost from football, right? I'm gonna get into that in another video soon down the line too. I got something for that ass. Watch this. Lakshmi, right? That's the female deity in India, right? Boom. Lakshmi, 9/11. What happened on 9/11? The buildings fell. 911. They call. You say you have an emergency. Call 911. So you pretty much, if you look at the diagram of Lakshmi, you see. Look real closely, and you'll see 911. 911. Lakshmi is a deity. She's a dark goddess, right? But there's another one. I do some reading. Oh, let me think. Should I do it right now? Something telling me I should. I'm gonna do it. I told you I got proof, right? Lakshmi. Okay. So motherfuckers in India, if they hear that name, Lakshmi, they would know exactly what I was talking about. You got Lakshmi, okay, but you can also look up Lakshmi. Lakshmi, right? Remember I just told you. I'm gonna try to get it right so you can see it. Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of prosperity, right? Chaos. Told you, chaos. This always happens around me. Lakshmi, the goddess of misfortune. I'm gonna go right to 48:52. First 2 times you see her in this book, which is called the origins. Let's see, straighten it out. The Origins of Evil in Hindu Mythology. You can go find this book by Wendy Doniger O'Flaherty. Oh, I got my pages I'm holding, so I won't lose the pages, right? So you can spell her name right. Wendy Doniger O'Flaherty. And she works at this says, well, the California Press, but she worked or works at this University of Chicago. That's where she's at, okay? So we're gonna go right to page 48 and page 52. Boom. I'm not trying to bore you, I'm trying to keep it going. Okay, look. Lakshmi. Bang. Okay. Let me read into it. Okay. Let me start from the beginning. Okay. Vishnu made the universe twofold for the sake of delusion. He made the Brahmins, Vedas, and the goddess Shri, like Sri Lakshmi or Sri Lanka. You know, you see that name a lot. And this was the first portion. This was the best portion. Then he made Lakshmi and the lowest men outside of the Vedas, and he made Adharma. Okay, now when you say that, that was pretty much, she's like I just read, the demon pretty much. I see 611 sometimes, I see 911, 911 or 611. All right, when I see, like Jimi Hendrix said, a 6 can be a 9, just like your hair is a coil. 6, it can be in like 6 or 9, right? Okay, page 52. Now think about it. Now just stick with me, okay? I know it's a lot. I had an idea. Something told me to go get it, and it was not too far from me, so I got it. All right. I'm telling you, our melanated people, like Missy Elliott said, black people, melanated people are special people. I'm telling you, we are the deities in these bodies. This is just a container, okay? In your mind, you are what you are. Just gain as much information as you can, so you don't have to come back to this motherfucking third dimension again. All right. In spite of the fact that the original text specifies that the sons of death and destruction, let me get it so you can see me, destruction remain chastity and chaste, in contrast with the daughters of Daxa, who are procreative and benevolent. One variant goes on to insert a long passage describing the offspring of death and another wife, Lakshmi. Okay, so they tell you call 911 if there's an emergency, but a Lakshmi is death. Okay, if you got a motherfucker that's in pain and he's like, oh, I'm gonna die, like you want to keep him around so he won't go to the nether realms. Okay, now but look, they all right, something just told me to do that. I knew I had the book close by. Okay, all right. I'm trying to keep this as close together as possible so I won't bore you, I won't lose you. Okay, always look at Lakshmi. Look at Lakshmi. You're going to find 911 in the symbology of it. So that's what they was doing. All those people that died, 9/11 or September 11th was not one of those people, those things where people, they ran the planes into it. They already had explosions. If you think I'm lying, okay, case in point, all right? Everything happens for a reason. I used to do check out stuff online all the time. All right, look up WTC. Let me write this down so I don't want nobody saying, oh, I understand what you was talking about. I don't understand what you was talking about. Okay, look up WTC building. Okay, so you can see it. Building 7. That building was imploded. So if they already had bombs in that building 7, so what makes you think all them other buildings wasn't didn't have bombs inside of them? Did people really see a plane go into the building? All you just saw was breaking news on TV. So if you see breaking news on TV, they can CGI effect. They do it in movies all the time. You know, so they did the same thing with the moon landing. So they make your ass think that there was a moon landing. They said, oh, they can fall for anything. So you see explosions on WTC building 7 on the inside of the building, right? So you go to look up the plane. Those planes don't even look really that real like that. They'll blow up the side of a building, and all they do is add in planes with CGI effect. Okay, but anyway, I say all that to say this: we're actually 1,656 years behind, right? Using this system. So if we're using this system, like I just read to you, the tropical system is thought to have been adopted during the Hellenistic period and remains prevalent in the Western astrology. We're in the West. Canada, North America, Mexico, and South America. Remember, the pipeline is running through there. Mexico, North America, and Canada, right? They're buddies. They're all connected. So everything used to be connected at one point, right? Okay, that's why melanated people on every continent, every country. But they just try to, in Sudan, they move them out the way so you won't see them. They put them under persecution. Everywhere, we're everywhere pretty much. They kill the pygmies out in Australia, the Tasmanians. Why they call it the Tasmanian devil. They can't understand what they're saying. That's why the Tasmanian devil is brown chaos. That's why the Tasmanian devil is brown and blah, 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 and they can't understand nothing he's saying. Same thing. So they just start killing people. St. Patrick's Day in what is it? St. Patrick's Day in I know you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm going through so much, I'm seeing so much in my mind, and you know, the leprechauns out in Ireland. I got it. Ireland, right? Ireland. So St. Patrick, he's known for getting rid of the snake people. The snake people are the Kundalini people. You can hear me talking about that in my last video I posted, 2 videos ago, dealing with the snakes. The snakes is really a Kundalini. Everybody has a Kundalini, but the thing is, our Kundalini goes to a pineal gland. The pineal gland is that's the seat of God. So if they got us thinking it's 2020 right now, and it's really 3,676, we're spiritually and physically behind because we still worship. Most of our people are still worshiping a God that's not even real, or none of the most like we are these deities in a physical body. We just got to break through the time frame. So we had all these things, all this technology years and years and thousands of years ago. Remember, like they say, BC and AD. That's when the time goes back to 0 and goes back up again. So we're really supposed to be around this time, 3,000. It's supposed to be 3676 right now. If you pretty much look at it like this, 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 could be a 6, okay? Same thing. 1440, 12 times 12 in Revelations, 144,000 light bringers are going to bring the information to the people and wake up the people so we can change this place. We're in 2020 right now, 20 and 20, okay? Rise in power to Aaliyah. She was 22 years old when her plane crashed, okay? All I'm going to say is 2020 now, right? Ma'at is symbolically like a balancing of the scales. 2020, we're supposed to balance the scales, right? So we're in a different time frame, but they give us 2020. They've been run out of time by 2001. That's why they had to give that big sacrifice of people some were still alive, and they just said they were dead in the World Trade Center, right? I don't know if this video is going to be able to get kept up here because there's a lot of information I'm putting on here. If you're not catching everything, rewind it and go back. 2020, right? Now, okay, I got another idea, but 2020 is Ma'at, right? Ma'at, pretty much like one of the first deities. Aaliyah played Akasha in Queen of the Damned. Queen of the Damned, she was pretty much a Typhonian goddess, a Typhonian goddess. All right. Think about it. Typhonian is the dragon cult. She was one of the first, and then she watch the movie, you'll understand it. Okay, I'm gonna make another video. I'm just showing you. I got a little more information. So pretty much, we're behind because we made these people. We made these people when they came out of a cave. So we had to put them up to date. And so they're from what are they? All right, I'm gonna make another video, but. Oh my goodness, where am I at? But they come from a Roman Empire, which is what? Mainly Roman Empire, war-driven people. So they came into Egypt, which is the Ptolemaic period. I'm going to make another video dealing with this part. It's a lot of information I'm going into. But we're behind a lot, by a whole bunch. So 2020 is going to be a powerful year. Missy said it best. Black people or powerful people, melanated people, melanin, that what differentiates you or makes you different from everybody else. Remember that. It's time. All right. The name of this video will be called Sidereal Astrology. Look it up. Peace. Ashe.